Welcome to sportsbookraeview.com. It's the Bundesliga. It's week 9. Bayern Munich already sorted out their Champions League place, so that means that they will no more slip-ups. So I think we can start relying on them. Relying on we do. Finding the value, that's the harder bit. That's why this video. Please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again. The schedule's always changing. We're a bit flexible, a bit woo, a bit play, but you've got to be subscribed so that we can then make sure that you never miss anything. Press the link in the description. Takes you over to them greedy boys who write the articles for you, and they don't mess about with singles. They put parlays in. Now, we're looking at this, and we're starting to think some of these sides have been in action in Europe. Does that mean we can oppose them? I'm not so sure. We've got Alex, who's obviously our Bundesliga expert, and we've got Tan, who's the European football expert. You are as well, Alex, so don't start getting all funny with me. But Alex is on the ground. You're outside Napoli Stadium. Tan, what's the feeling like there?
Look, I just wanted to show you. You probably see, maybe I can rotate the camera. There is this huge gathering of Napoli fans. It was planned at 4 o'clock. They have this Maradona gigantic flags. They have that gigantic The King Maradona banner outside the stadium, flares. It's all going like this in the last 2 hours. It will go on for the rest of the night. And I believe, because there is anyway game tonight here of Europa League, but I believe it will go on also in the next days. There was the pain for the news, the mourning, but as all the joy that was gifted by Maradona to these people, they decided they want to remember him with joy, with singing, screaming his name, and being cheerful in the same way that he made them.
It's weird. It's strange to see a lot of millennials there. That the millennials didn't caught him in action. Let's say a long time, you know, and they are still there cheering for him. And
but Alex, that's because of every story that people my age would tell their children is you haven't seen. You think these players are good? Go and have a little look at this. This is the reason why Napoli was propelled to the top of Italian football. This is the reason why Argentina won the World Cup. This is the reason why everyone wanted to be a number 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to say also that possibly of all the football players of the past that didn't have all the YouTube support and everything, possibly the one that survived the most over the time is exactly Maradona, because it's a character that just goes over the time and the borders. It's a man with a zeitgeist, with a spirit of time that really is going over the age and the eras, you know?
No, without a shadow of a doubt. Anyway, listen, Alex, what type of weekend did we see last weekend, and how can that make us some money this weekend? Because for me, I did the treble. I got the both teams to score, which was great value. Leverkusen scored late, but Gladbach let one in late.
Yeah, no, I had a profitable weekend despite of losing the banker of the week last weekend in Bundesliga. The rest of my picks came in, and even the parlay with Hoffenheim, Stuttgart, and more both to score and more corners for Leverkusen against Armenia. I think that came also in. So a profitable weekend. Yeah, disappointing from Gladbach, and let's not forget that Gladbach played, I don't know, 25 minutes with man up, with Augsburg receiving a red card in the 66th minute. I was expecting it. Stuttgart to win points from Hoffenheim. Schalke, we knew that they will. I thought that it will be the trap of the week, but again, I watched that match and they are not good for nothing. And right now they are playing against Gladbach, so A Gladbach side that again destroyed the Shakhtar Donetsk. Can you please mute yourself while you're not talking, please?
I think that was the alarm just to say get off now and let's get the records up. But 1 second, Fab, before they go up, because Ashton, this is his second show watching. He's proud of himself. You're more than welcome, Ashton. Now, if you've got any selections, stick them in the chat because you're our third guest. And listen, we need all of the information so we can collaborate and come out with the right ones. Fab, can you stick up the records from last week, please? Okay, Alex, yeah, you did come in late with that little parlay that made you like 110. You're up at 458. Tancredi plus 0.95. Flash, just a cup of tea, plus minus 275. The parlay is up also at plus 0.8. And the total's at plus 358, which is good stuff, gentlemen. And we're going to have one of these weeks where we all go 5-0 and we absolutely smash it. Let me come to you first, Tan, while it's a little bit quiet. It's Wolfsburg plus 180, draw plus 280, and Werder at plus 370. Can't really split these, don't want to get involved, but wouldn't put anyone off the draw.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I went with a draw half-time or under 2.5 goals. Can you help me?
No, yeah, you didn't go for anything in this game. That's why I didn't tee you up.
It's impossible. I sent tips for every game. Okay, perfect. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, I went with under 2.5 goals with this because anyway, we are talking about two that possibly, well, Werder very solid, and we saw against Bayern. Wolfsburg possibly not that exciting, but they stay put. At least they stay put. It's very unusual to find in Bundesliga teams that got stats under of a consistent under 2.5 goals. These are those two. And so even if it sounds as a blasphemy, I go with under 2.5 goals in Wolfsburg.
Alex, we like a draw in Bundesliga on a Friday night. Do you think that this joins them?
I don't agree with Tan here, and let me give you some stats. Just one of the last 46 games between these two teams ended a goalless draw, 0-0. Only 6 of those saw under 1.5 goals in totals, and while both teams to score in 10 of the last 13. So 1.75 at over 2.5 goals in the match sounds like a value bet in my opinion. Werder Bremen, as always, the team that is scoring in almost every match. Also last season, I think that they failed to find the back of the net maybe in 4 games. 2 seasons ago in 2 games. This season they scored in every match so far. Wolfsburg are coming after that normal win against Schalke 2-0. Clinical Wolfsburg in my opinion. Clinical also over Hoffenheim 2-1. 2 rounds ago, and so on. So I think that over 2.5 goals, even the Alex Classic at 1.95 has real value in my opinion. It's not part of my top 4 picks, but I think it's a good value.
Okay, let's go with Augsburg at plus 145. I mean, it's also around maybe 140. Draw plus 250, and Freiburg at plus 190. Alex, I mean, I'd like to say don't complicate it, just go with the home side.
I'm not interested so much in this game. I just want to share an important, very important, let's say, stat. None of Freiburg's last 13 Bundesliga away games have seen a goalless first half. So if you want to go with value, go with over 1 goal on the Asian handicap in the first half.
Wow. So
which is around 1.75, 1.8.
Okay, so you're saying that 9 of the 13 games have not seen a goal?
No, all of them have seen at least 1 goal in the first half. All of Freiburg's last 13 Bundesliga away games.
Yeah, I think you're asking for trouble just going anywhere near Freiburg, to be honest. And Augsburg, we never know what we're going to get, but sometimes we like Augsburg when they're at home. Tan, is it for you? Don't complicate it. It's round 1 plus 140. The price is too good. Tan?
She's muted. I don't know.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Well,
me?
I can when you talk.
Oh, whoa. Okay. I was saying that Augsburg, totally you read my mind. Even if you can't hear what I say in my mic or I don't turn on my mic, totally. Augsburg plus 145, they had a good start. Then, anyway, we can't probably demand from them too much. But Freiburg are one of the most unreliable. So I feel like that between the two that had a groggy moment, the one that can get over this is absolutely Augsburg. So Augsburg to win.
Okay, I want to stay with you then, Tam, because we've got Dortmund at minus 400, the draw plus 600, and Cologne at plus 1200. I expect it's going to be a comfortable win for Dortmund without going absolutely crazy. Do they get up early?
Yes, that's the point. And it's actually one of the very few value that we can find in this game. Dortmund to be ahead half-time and full-time is not like great odds. It's squirrel material. But you can find at 1.50 or a little bit more maybe. And considering how Koln have been, and especially how Dortmund have been, totally Dortmund.
And the no-brainer is obviously Haaland to score, Alex. I mean, he scores every week. He's going from strength to strength. And I'm just glad that no one on this show ever crabbed him and said he wasn't going to be good enough.
I think that the odds on Haaland are very low, match by match, because also the bookmakers, of course, that they know he's a scoring machine, and the odds probably they are 1.4, 1.45. If you want to stick that in a Naka, I don't know. But I not all the time I prefer to give all time or anytime goal scorer for a player. Maybe for a better value, you want to go with Haaland to score first in the game. I think that is around even money, probably. Not a lot of times this season in Bundesliga, Dortmund have scored in the first half. But I think that is FC Köln is the perfect match for them. I think that FC Köln are one of Dortmund's favorite opponents. They are beating them every time that they are catching them. They are scoring goals for fun against them. So Dortmund to score in both halves at 1.83 is my bet for this match.
Okay, 1.83. I quite like Dortmund to win both halves because I think they score in both halves. I know that I've done it twice this year and I've not got it right once. But
okay, but you did it with Bayern. Let's say that you didn't do it with Dortmund.
Yeah, that was against Bielefeld, wasn't it? I was like 4-0 up at half time, and we drew 1-1 second half, 1-5-1. Yeah, I just don't see Cologne scoring. The other thing is Dortmund are obviously going to be Champions League again next week, so I think they get the job done, comfortable. I'm looking at maybe 3-0, 1-0 half time.
Also, it's important to mention that FC Köln's last 6 Bundesliga matches featured a penalty. So who is brave enough to bet on that, jump?
Yeah, they've got good squad rotation as well, Dortmund. They're very, very strong at the moment. Alex, Leipzig minus 420, draw plus 600, and Bielefeld at plus 1400. Is this not like just a copy and paste?
I don't know if Dan can mute himself a little bit to hear each other, that would be brilliant. About Leipzig, the two of us talked about before going live. We talked about their Champions League group, how tough it is. We talked about their lack of struggling to score. We talked about them missing a proper striker, but having a very good squad apart from missing that important striker. I think that this should be an easy match for them. Still, they have chances to qualify in the knockout stages in Champions League because they are equal on points with PSG, and they have an away match at Başakşehir. So I think that that should be a win for RB Leipzig. Manchester United and PSG, maybe they will split the points, or I don't know. We will talk it on Monday. We'll talk about it on Monday. But I think that this should be a classic win for RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig to win under 4.5 goals, in my opinion, which should be at 1.8. It's not my part of my top four picks, official ones, but I think that this is a good value pick.
Yeah, it's mine, funnily enough. I've gone with Leipzig and under 4.5 because I don't think they score enough goals. And I think that they're going to have one eye on the Champions League because they can still qualify. Obviously, it's only 2 from 3 with PSG and Man United. Tan, Leipzig, half-time, full-time to get the job done.
Yes, indeed. Again, you read in my mind, or maybe it was the picks that I said. No, but yeah, it's totally similar to Dortmund. Probably Bielefeld, it's like more, even more handable than Koln, even if Leipzig is not, doesn't have the firepower as Borussia Dortmund at the moment. But yeah, totally ahead, half-time, full-time.
Yeah, the big problem with Leipzig is they're not going to go and beat anyone 5, especially with this commitment in the Champions League. Let's move on. Union at plus 150, going from strength to strength. Draw plus 270, and Frankfurt, they just score in every single game, at plus 175. So, Tan, do we look at this and just think, can't pick the winner? Let's go with goals. The Alex Classic.
Again, you read in my mind. I love a lot this way, this magician, this wizard way, psychic reader. Also because we know our Union, anyway, are always achieving something at home. But Eintracht, they are growing week by week. It's not easy to pick the winner. It's true. It's not easy to pick the winner, and it can look, if they start to be back to the normal German stats, it can look like the usual Bundesliga, at least both teams to score if someone wants to add something more.
Alex, the Alex Classic is like just a blind man could see it. Would you agree with that?
1.85, yes, official pick from me. Wow, Union, 5th place right now, just 4 behind the leaders Bayern Munich. 3 wins in a row. Eintracht also not a bad side either. I don't think that the place that they are still sitting now, 11th, is the to finish the season. I think that they will finish in top 7, as I see. They have a proper squad. The draw against Leipzig, to be honest, it was very deserved for both teams. They didn't deserve to lose that one. Even though I had RB Leipzig to win, Eintracht Frankfurt put on a great fight against RB Leipzig. An important stat here, Union Berlin are one of the 2 sides yet to concede in the opening 30 minutes in this Bundesliga season. So despite that, I expect the Alex Classic both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals at 1.85. Union, nothing to lose, fighting spirit, all about the team energy and morale and confidence. They are building every week in and week out, result after result. They just lost 1 match in the entire season, and 18 goals scored in 8 matches, which is not a little for a team with not huge names on the pitch. You know, they don't have stars on the pitch, and yet they scored 18 goals in 8 matches. On the other side, we know Bas Dost, we know all the other players. Also, it came back on the wings, my favorite winger, Kostic there. I think that this match should be full of goals, in my opinion.
Yeah, the big thing for me when I look at Union is they're so strong, they're so solid, and they're together. And when they're away from home, they just make sure that they don't give any encouragement to the opposition early on, and they grow into the game. They've got good athletes, but with Frankfurt, they're dangerous.
I think that the bookies are seeing that already and making them tiny favorites, 2.5. And Eintracht Frankfurt 2.7. Last season, in such a match, it should have been 3.3 for Union and 2.1 for Eintracht Frankfurt, something there, you know. But yes, exactly like you said, team spirit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm looking at the game thinking it could well be a draw. Do you like the Alex Classic, Union and Frankfurt, Tan?
Yeah, he said he liked it.
Okay, I just don't know whether he's muted or not. Okay, we'll go back to Alex. Then we've got Stuttgart plus 850, draw plus 500, and Bayern minus 300, Alex.
I think that this is a parlay bet, only a parlay bet. I don't see nothing else than a parlay bet here. With Bayern Munich winning it at 1.35, the best odds that you can find on the internet right now. 1.35 is the only a parlay bet. Always week in and week out, we can't find the values with Bayern Munich. Stuttgart, such a tough team to play against this season. They showed a lot of passion at the start of the season, and I'm really happy to see them in the first half there in the 8th place. So maybe you want to stick it in a parlay at 1.35, but rather than that, I won't touch it.
Or Bayern and over goals. I mean, Stuttgart, they're not shy, so they might contribute to goals as well. This could be a crazy little game. Bayern have been like slow into games recently, but absolutely blowing the teams away in the second half. Tan, how do you see Stuttgart and Bayern?
I see an over 1.5 goals in the first half, not in the second, because actually it has happened if we consider the whole amount of games that both played, it has happened with a proportion like 66% in the first half and 33% in the second half. In my opinion, Bayern can be slow, but slow in that way, not that they just don't play, but that they kill the game in the second half. But anyway, going there and even conceding at the beginning something. So it happens often, can happen again, over 1.5 goals in the first half.
Yeah. Stuttgart just have a go. They obviously the value is probably with Bayern to win and both teams to score. In fact, Jack Pancake says that both teams to score and Bayern is minus 106. So I mean that's something that you can certainly think of, and don't just think of Bayern win to nil, half time, full time, but over 1.5 goals in the first half. Tan thinks. Tan, obviously I've got to come to you because it's Gladbach minus 240, draw 420. And your Schalke at plus 700.
Yeah, I remember that the pick was about Gladbach winning good. Can you help me? How was exactly the one?
No, you didn't get involved in this game, Gladbach against your beloved Schalke.
I remember I was. I think it was in. I think it was.
It was last week.
I think it. No, okay. Now I remember. It was to win and no goals, because honestly, Schalke, I don't see exactly them doing so. That don't bring back. It's a week 9. I think it's enough. I think it's enough to bring out the Schalke at the week 9 Bundesliga.
Very nice. You said it very nice. To win with no goals. That is the first time I hear this bet, you know?
I know, but again, I knew what he meant.
I know, with nil. Yes, I know. But the way he said it, to win with no goals. Oh, that to win without playing.
Well, that's like you in Napoli earlier in the year, 3-0. They didn't score a goal.
If I have to explain the Panthers language to the Panthers, then we are really in a bad situation, guys.
We are in a bad spot. Alex, do you like Gladbach here? Win to nil?
Yeah, I love Gladbach. I think that they comfortably win this one. And at even money, Gladbach to win halftime, full time. Schalke lost their last 2 matches at halftime. Also against Wolfsburg and against Mainz. They went 1 goal down in the first half as Mainz was leading 2-1. So I think that Gladbach, if you don't want to play it straight win, but I think that it will be a comfortable win for Gladbach. Halftime, full time at even money, and even minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap. Let's not forget that Gladbach. I think that they are already qualified in Champions League. They need 1 point.
Okay, listen.
But at home again.
Just a 32 thumbs up with plenty more watching. So obviously, if you like this video, then just give us a little thumbs up while the boys are chatting. But I also understand if you're concentrating on Alex and Tan and what they're telling you. Next game, I am definitely thinking to myself, Leverkusen -125, draw +300, and Hertha Berlin at +375. Alex, Hertha Berlin are involved, so I can't get involved.
No, you don't need to be involved. I will be involved with the Alex Classic all the way at 1.95.
Wow.
Leverkusen, yes, a great team, but in the same time, Mateusz Cunha is starting. Luke is starting contact. If they play the three of them as they did last time against Dortmund, they played an impressive first half from Hertha Berlin, in my opinion, and I think that they will score against the Leverkusen too. For the more value, maybe you can go with Leverkusen and both teams to score. But I'm a little this of this home win. I think that is a little bit of a top of the week. In my opinion. So I will stick with the Alex Classic, both teams to score, and the over 2.5 goals at 1.95.
Yeah, it's massive. It is massive at -105. I see that the Hertha Berlin defenders might just be a little bit too strong for the Leverkusen boys. So I'm thinking that this could be a little bit of a trap at -125.
Yep.
But if you are a Leverkusen fan, Tan, then you just go with Leverkusen.
I'm not a Leverkusen fan, but that's what I do. It's the minimum standard, I would say, odds that you can pick. The thing is that look where Leverkusen climbed, just there in between Dortmund, Leipzig, and Bayern, and not having the same material. And this was after losing Kai Havertz. So it's more working on the collective of the team. So minimum standard and basic, but still good enough to be picked. Leverkusen to win.
Okay, the final game is not really going to be having them knocking down the value because it's Mainz at +240 who have been massively struggling, draw +290, and Hoffenheim, who are in action later on tonight, at +110. Hoffenheim looks almost like an Arsenal in the Premier League. When you see them around +110 away from home, Tan, you want to steer clear.
Sorry guys, there are just people that are around here without mask and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's typical material of both teams to score on Bundesliga, and that's with it. Sorry, I can go longly with that because it's really disturbing.
No worries, Tan, because the big thing is you look like Paranoid Pete, but you keep yourself safe, my lad. We understand that obviously it's very difficult outside the stadium in Napoli. But listen, Alex and I, we've done it many, many, many years. We'll take over. No
and
problem
how
at
many
all.
years from now on we'll do it?
Exactly. And I seem to be getting younger. You like Hoffenheim?
Maybe Fabian, you can mute him because he's not in the picture anymore, so we can. Okay, perfect. Oh no. What is happening here with Mainz? Mainz are the kind of the team that are always giving the ball to the opposition. If you check their matches, they always have around 35 to 45% possession. They don't create a lot. They stick at the back. They try to score on the break, and many times they they are very efficient. I want to say Mateta is a great striker there, but also Quaison on the left there is helping him a lot. I really think that this team can easily find the back of the net against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim on the other side, they have Europa League today. Okay, Kramaric is back. They lost the important points against Stuttgart, but that was, we said that, we talked about it last week. But Kramaric came back with Koln, Kanner is good. Oh my God! Every time I have a problem with this guy. Normally, I know all of them, how they are spelled and how you pronounce them, But this one I always have problem with him. But like that it is. Hoffenheim will struggle again. I think that if you want to go with Hoffenheim, don't do it. I think it's a trap game. They are, I don't know, 5 games without a win in Bundesliga, straight games. And not only that, but they lost 3 of them in the process. And again, this Mainz team, it's not the best team right now, but they have a decent squad. That place in the standings with just 4 points is not what I'm expecting from Mainz this season. I'm seeing them at least in 12, 11th. Yes, they are not a Europa League squad, but they are still decent. And again, they are giving out the ball and going on the break all in. So I'm going with the Alex Classic at 1.7 here.
I was going to say that Mainz are the type of side that will not play for 70 minutes, hang around, be 1-0 down, maybe 2-0, and then they'll finish the game as if like they're 3-0 up. It's like they just keep going and they manage to find a way of scoring and not picking up any points. Let's have a look at the picks, please, Fabian. Okay, big picks this weekend, I fancy, and we've all gone for different types of value. Dortmund to score in both halves at -125 for Alex. Union Alex Classic at -120. Leverkusen the Alex Classic at -105. And Mainz the Alex Classic at -135. Alex is going for goals. Tancredi's picks are Dortmund half-time, full-time at -150. Squirrel. Leipzig half-time, full-time -150. Squirrel. Stuttgart and Bayern over 1.5 goals at the half time. So in the first half, over 1.5 goals at -125. I told him it was Leverkusen -125 and not Gladbach and Augsburg. Massive price at +140. For me, I've gone for Dortmund to win both halves. I've thrown caution out the window. It's +135. That's my banker. Union Alex Classic at -120, so I've joined Alex there. Leipzig to win and under 4.5 goals at -135, and Gladbach to win and under 4.5 goals at -125, and that's because I think they'll have one eye on the Champions League. Thank you, Fabian. We need the 2-team parlay. What are we putting forward?
I think we shouldn't complicate it. Let's do a free-teamer at even money. Dortmund, Bayern, Gladbach.
No, it's 2-team because we do 8 overall.
But let's do it a free one and to be at even money, the 3 of them. Dortmund, Gladbach, Bayern, Munich.
So you want to just do Bayern and Dortmund?
And Gladbach.
And Gladbach. Okay, so we're going to do a 3-team parlay. Alex is just never, ever happy. I bet he was always one of them kids at school when the teacher was trying to talk. He wanted to talk. He was only 12-year-old and he wanted to take the class. But for just this week, because it's nearly Christmas, I'm going to let him take the class. And we're going to do a 3-team parlay. And it's going to play around +100, you say, Alex, yeah?
Yeah, 100, 105, something there.
Okay, so it's +100 or +105. We're going with Bayern straight win, Dortmund straight win, Gladbach straight win. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press a button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we will notify you. You'll never miss any content. And with the schedule moving around, you need to subscribe. And if you are subscribing for the first time, come in the chat, say hello. We're a happy family here and we need everyone's input. A massive thank you to Tancredi, who's on the ground in Napoli. Obviously, got spooked by quite a few people not wearing masks and getting too close to him.
That's not good when you are in a pandemic, to be honest.
No, exactly. And this is what I was thinking about all the thousands of people that are out on the streets.
Also, don't forget to catch Flash again later on for the Premier League Panthers with Martin and Matt. Thank you, and you're welcome, Flash.
Thank you very much. See, I said I'd let him take the class, and there he is. So everyone in the chat, remember, in a few hours' time, we're going to be doing the Premier League punters today. So it's soccer all the way. And it's happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. I really do appreciate all your support because it's not easy for being a lonely Brit being embraced by the Americans. You enjoy. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.